Sam, what episode is this? I don't even know.
17?
17? Dude, we've been doing this for 17 weeks
Yeah, yeah.
and we still suck at it. God. How?
Yeah, pretty terrible, huh?
Oh my gosh. Dude, that's insane.
17 episodes. That's awesome, man. We're trying to get ours started, and
hmm
we have 3 episodes, and it's rough. It takes a while. It takes a while to get into the groove.
Oh yeah, it like
The
people don't understand.
17 is great.
Yeah, because people don't understand like how hard it is to get a whole bunch of grown men together to talk about kids' card games. They're like, they're like, hey, can you get on? They're like, not today. I'm not feeling well, or I have a wife, and I'm like, well, stop. I'm like, we need you right now to talk about this cool update to our kids' card game.
If you could drop everything you're doing, that'd be fantastic.
Like, I don't care that the baby's due tomorrow. Okay, we need to jump on this. James White retweeted it.
You guys, it's 3 of you guys. We have like 11 people just
I've
like
watched.
rotating in and
Yeah,
out.
yeah. No, I've watched, and it is chaotic. I'm like, how do they even manage this? I was like, so.
I think it's great when all you guys are on stream doing that together.
Oh my
That
gosh,
I
yes,
Yeah,
love.
yeah.
I absolutely
That was
love that.
so fun. I was
dude.
so sad I wasn't there for Shizuoka. They restreamed Shizuoka and did some funny segments. Like they did like a fast food menu tier list and stuff like that. They did one where it was like a this or that, and then for one of them they put who was the better Nats champ, and then they put me and then the guy who won this year. And they're like, we think the other guy's better. The other guy bought us a meal after he won. Justin didn't do nothing.
'Cause I sat
Yeah.
down and you guys did a Super Slam card review episode, and I sat there for like 3 hours during work, and I had it on,
Oh
and like you
yeah.
guys were making points. I was like, yeah, yeah, that's right, that's right. I had the same opinion. I was like, I'm good, I'm good.
Yeah, we bring you the truth. We bring
Yeah,
you the
there's
what we're real. We're real. We
there's
got
too
you.
many of them to be wrong. I was like, I have to believe all. It's like
Yeah.
it's like herd
One of
immunity.
us is gonna be right. One of us is gonna be right.
Uh, okay, so.
Oh man.
Something I wanted to talk about. I guess we're just gonna have a natural intro to this episode. I don't want to go back. This is great. We got 3 minutes of good intro content, gossiping about your stuff, our stuff. I want to talk about this triangle meta, and is it actually a triangle meta with the Verdant, Syndra, and Gravy, or is that just fake and it's just all Verdants? What? Did I'm just being real. I was like, is it fake or like like? Well, what are y'all's opinion on that?
So I would say to a degree it kind of is. It's all centered on Verdance being essentially favored into almost all of the decks that you can play right now. Except explicitly Gravy and Syndra to a degree, and they're kind of close matchups still. So in that way, it's not. I don't necessarily know if the triangle with Gravy Syndra is all that great. So
I have a very weird stance on this after the last like 2 weeks of like testing and talking to people. I think that we were in the triangle meta 4 weeks ago, coming into ProQuest season. And now I think that everyone is so honed in on targeting the triangle that we are now in this weird like sphere of like everybody's playing like quote unquote goober decks to beat up on the 3 decks. Like the amount of people I've talked to playing Fatigue Jarl or like Mario or like this or that to beat up on all of the other decks is very interesting. And so I'm honestly wondering, is it now non-meta to pick one of the meta triangle heroes? Like, are we coming full circle right before we get back to Worlds? Am I mind gaming myself? Should I sleep more before we record these? Who knows what's going on in my house?
It's like I think before ProQuest season there were like it was the three, and then the fourth and fifth decks were like Florian and KO, right?
Mhm.
So you're saying so those guys rotated out, and then now there's other people coming in the fourth and fifth slot that are kind of real. We got Marlin. We got Marlin.
Hey, that deck can like beat like one or two of the top decks 40% of the time. Okay, like
I'm with you. Marlon, I mentioned on Twitter, I think Marlon is way realer than
Dude,
people give it credit for.
anybody I play against afterwards goes, "Oh, you high rolled me," and you're like, "No, that's just what the deck
But this is
does."
every game. I
I'm
do
like,
this
"This is
every.
it."
This is all my deck does.
I was
It's
like,
the only thing my deck does.
"Yeah."
If I
Oh
have
yeah,
to hear
All
the
blue block
phrase,
threes and cards that are insane.
yeah,
if
dude,
I have to hear the phrase "average Marlin game" one more time, I might murder Taylor in his sleep.
dude, dude. Okay, to be fair, that top 8 game that you watched was an absolute. That one might have been a high roll.
That was a shellacking. We talked about that the whole way home from the ProQuest, dude.
That was
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
did you guys just get home from a ProQuest right now?
So last weekend, Taylor played one of my buddies in top 8, and Taylor absolutely juiced him. It was insane. He played like three of a kinds in 4 turns, and everything was like 17 overpower. It was crazy.
And afterwards, dude, he was like, "Oh, like what? So what about this game could I have done different?" I was like, "Nothing." That's like nothing, dude. There's nothing you could have done this game. I was like, I just drew the nuts. He was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
He was
Marlon
yeah,
does
running
dude,
like
some
pump blue
insane
blue in the
things.
Codex and Arsenal. Just
I
It
love
feels like
gambling."
she just needs like she just needs a battering bolt that's a harpoon that gives overpower like it
Yeah.
the harpoon with errata overpower on it.
Oh, don't even
Just
get
so
me
that
started.
you can't dump reactions. I feel like that would be almost enough. That and like maybe gravy rotating, because I don't know.
That
I
matchup is.
yeah, that's kind of rough.
I've had a lot of thoughts recently about like illusionists belonging in Fab or not, and I feel like they've been doing better about it. Um, but
Wait just a
yeah,
minute.
it feels like having somebody there that just like it's like he's like the first check, right? If your deck does not have head jabs that can clear allies, or you're not just killing me full with like um the way KO does it sometimes. I think yeah that AGE final where
Hmm.
or no it wasn't the final, it was in the top 8 like Noah murdered Fino who had like three
Yep.
Yeah,
sawbones in the board
Was
because he
like
would just
top 4,
go
right,
in
or something like
face
that.
every turn, yeah,
Yeah.
and you just
and
have to
Fino
kill.
just refused to put the
You
yank
have
on
like
the
a
board.
small window where you gotta kill him. uh, you gotta climb the Sawbones waterfall and
Yes.
make it, or else the door closes and you're just gone.
Hmm.
Right? It feels like your deck either has to do that, or it has head jabs, or it just loses, and so it's pretty unplayable into the meta, right? Um, it, I don't know how to feel about having that kind of like check for whether a deck is playable or not. Um, and it feels really bad if you're just like, okay, fine, I'll just punt that matchup, even though it's like one of the top 3 decks. I don't think you can really do that.
Yeah. It's really funny you said that though, because you're like, I've been thinking about, if Fab actually needs these kind of board state decks. And it's like, I look at the last 2 months and I'm like, well, probably the best Gravy Bones player right now in the last 2 months is probably you. So you might be the issue, buddy.
I okay, I it's funny. So every time I think when I go to Armories, I don't think I play Gravy Bones at all, and because of that, I I didn't realize that ever since Gravy's release, I've only registered Gravy at rated events. It didn't even register to me that like how much of a Gravy Bones main I am.
Mhm.
Because like if my total percentage of playing Fab is a lot less Gravy Bones than one would think in 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 recent times. Yeah. But it's the deck is so fun. Like not just the illusionist part. I realized kind of recently um that it shares a decent amount with like the Azalea mechanics. And that with in Azalea you gotta prepare for your top deck being for your top 2 cards to be A or B, like a buff or an arrow. And in Gravy, it's kind of the same where you have to prepare for your top X cards where how much you're gonna draw. You have your tipple or a port side, then you have your Gravy loot, and if you're popping a gold, and then you have to prepare for each of them being A, B, or C, a red, blue, or a yellow. And I think that's why I enjoy play the mechanics of the deck so much. And after playing Gravy, everything else is so much more boring. It feels like the only fun decks to me right now are like Gravy, Verdance, and like maybe Dio. Everything else is just so, and even Verdance is like mechanically boring, right? But
Yeah.
the the macro decisions is what makes Verdance fun for me. And it feels like playing anything else is so it's relatively boring compared to the stuff you do with Gravy. He's just so fun to play and they designed that really well.
So, Justin, I have to ask
Couldn't agree more.
you
Woo!
just mentioned how you don't really play Gravy at locals very often. Is that because you want a change of pace at locals, or are like do your locals hate Gravy Bones and you're trying to make it fun for everybody else, or like
Oh no,
what's
my
the
locals
objective?
love my locals love well, hmm, I don't know about they love Gravy Bones, but first week of ProQuest season, I showed up to a ProQuest with like 40 people and there were like 12 or 13 gravies. There was so much of
Oh
us. That was
wow,
the it was the yeah, so I don't know about hating Gravy Bones. I think they're fine. But it's usually just a like yeah, just a change of pace and just to like, it's an armory, so you don't wanna sweat too hard. You wanna have some fun
yeah.
and like explore things that you haven't tried before. So I usually like borrow a deck from a friend that I don't even own. First time a bunch of decks. Sometimes it's not uncommon for like one of us in the friend group to like show up to an armory without a deck and be like, hey, what do you guys got? Okay, I'll first time this at the armory, and it's really fun doing that, having a very close knit community where you can do that kind of stuff. It's really nice, and it lets you. Uh, we do this thing at the armory I go to where I think they got it from MinMax, where they do it where they offer a free option, which has really helped
Mm-hmm.
the vibe of the armory. So you can either pay and get access to prizes, or you just show up for free and you get the gem pack and you just chill, you play some fab. Um, what we've been doing a lot is we just play like we play a chill deck, and then if we're X1, we after our games, or like we don't take too long in our games, and then in between rounds we have a laptop set up with like Tekken or other fighting games. Somebody brought a Switch. We're playing Smash in between
That's
rounds.
awesome.
So yeah, our local armies have been super chill recently. It's super fun.
That's so cool to hear. I mean, it sounds like you guys are really enjoying, like just the love of the game. Playing random
Mm-hmm.
decks like from friends and it's like free or you can
Mm-hmm.
pay and play and like then you're playing Mortal Kombat in between rounds. Dude, this sounds great. Remind me to hit up an armory the next time I am at your
Yeah,
local
if you're
store.
here,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're
yeah,
here, and
yeah.
sh-
Next
shout
time
out to
listen,
Unbox.
you never know.
Oh
You
yeah.
never know. I could be over there. Don't judge me, Taylor.
Yeah,
On vacation.
we're gonna have for calling next year. We're gonna have a calling for sure. We got the largest battle heart. In case you guys didn't know, we got the largest standalone battle hardened at 230 players, something like that. 240
Oh,
players.
wow.
Battle hardened Manila.
Mhm.
We had that. When was that? September or something? Last month or 2 months ago. Largest standalone battle hardened. If they do not give us a calling, I
You
don't
guys are
understand anymore.
Was
you guys
One
totally are.
Was
hundred
that the
percent,
9 round
100% next year.
battle harden that like
I can't.
I think Victor won? Was that the one that Potch won?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
dude.
the one the
He
punch
was
one. Yeah,
so much fun to talk to and like interview about
yeah.
his Victor deck. I had so much Victor cope after I played his deck. I was like, man, this deck is really good. I like this deck.
He lo- he loves that deck. I think mad props to about that. Mad props to Poch, by the way. I think he found like he really won because of the deck that he found, and I think that window was the one window where you could actually play Victor,
Hmm.
because the Gravy Bones players were still like recovering. They were still, in bed crying
Yeah.
about their tipples, and KO had not been given his tools yet.
Hmm.
And if you could solve the Verdance matchup, which he um he thinks he has with Peck Perfect, right?
Hmm.
I'm not sure if that's actually the case, but it worked out very well for
I'm
him
like,
in,
yeah,
in,
yeah,
in the tournament, right?
yeah.
It worked out very well for him. I think he beat a couple of Verdances, so it worked out very well for him. He did very well at finding the deck, and I'm just kind of sad because like when he won with it, I'm like, "Huh, Victor was kind of a decent spot for our like local meta, and I wanted to play Victor after that, but KO got cards, and you cannot play you cannot play Victor when KO is playable. It is
Yeah, it's
so
rough.
miserable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So two things I want to mention. you talk about gravy, remind you a little bit about Azalea, and that's kind of like where we know each other from. A long time ago,
Yeah,
feels
yeah,
like
yeah,
3 years,
yeah.
probably 2, 3 years
Uh-huh.
now. I was like, so talk a little bit about your past experiences. What heroes have you played outside of Gravy? Because a lot of players that watch this are kind of newer to the game and they don't know, Taipei and stuff like that. Or which Battlehorn did you win? That was Blitz
It was
Victor.
it was also Battle-Hardened Manila, and it was also with Victor. So
Yeah.
we've had two standalone Battle-Hardens Manila, and they've both been won with Victor, which is super cool. So
Hmm.
next time there's a Battle-Hardened Manila, you know what deck to bring.
I was like, I know what I'm playing in Manila next year because Victor definitely won't be LL'd
Yeah,
by then. So
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Oh
Yeah, it's really
no.
cool. So I started out with okay, let's just go from the very start. The first CC deck I wanted to build when I was planning on buying into Fab, I didn't have any cards at all. I was looking at the meta and whatever. And at this point, I think it was like just Blitz was the local meta. So I was thinking about what deck to buy into, and I was looking at the prices for the cards, as you do when you're exploring a card game. I'm like, holy crap, Fandal Spring Tunic, I do not want to spend that much for one card. Let's look for the deck that can substitute Fiendal Spring Tunic and lose the least amount of power. So I found Kano, because if you're gonna kill them in one shot anyway, Spellfire Cloak does a very good impression of Fiendal Spring Tunic. That's like basically no power loss. And Eye of Ophidia, sure, let's just make that another random blue. That's a At the time, that was not a significant power loss. It was like some amount, but it's like you can cope that it's a side grade. So I was gonna build Kano, then I bought an HP 1 box, and I got a Mask of Momentum. Sick. So for Blitz, I started playing the meta Blitz deck at the time, which was Ira. Cause actually no, in our Blitz armories at the time, we were just playing with precons, and then some we were playing with just precons, and then some people started like upgrading their decks, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna build my Ira, and people say this guy's good, and we're gonna play her, and so I played a bunch of Ira. After like 3 weeks or something, one of my locals was like, hey, there's an RTN this weekend, so our armory's on a Monday, so after the armory, they were like, hey, there's an RTN on Saturday. You should go join. You should go definitely join. And at this point, I have no remnant. I have no parts toward the CC deck at all. They were like, oh, I guess we'll help you build one. And over the week, uh, I don't think I think they had a bunch of Guardian cards. Oh, I think I was also kind of interested in Bravo at the time, and I saw a friend play Bravo, so I was very interested in playing that deck, and I had no idea where to get Kano cards. Uh, and I didn't even know how to play the CC deck properly at the time. I knew the combo and that was it. And I don't think that was enough to bring to an RTN. So I built Bravo in a week instead to my first RTN, and where I registered Helm of Ice and Speak because I did not have a Crown of
Nice.
Providence. And I
Gaming.
registered one Command and Conquer, which I opened myself from a Blitz from the prize packs of a Blitz event like 2 weeks prior. So we're playing Bravo at my first RTN, like 3 weeks into the game with one CNC and Helm of Ice and Speak, and uh we go 5-0 in Swiss. We draw the last round. First seed in top eight. I'm like, huh? What's happening? I can win with this stuff. Everybody's got this crown of providence. I'm not spending 200 $300 on a crown of providence, right? I don't have the money for that here. Why would I spend on this much on fab? We're gonna rock up with Helm of Ice and Speak. So we do well. Then we get skill checked super hard by a Dory, and we lose the top eight of that RTN, and I am hooked on Fab for life.
Chasing that eye.
Yeah, so yeah, it was interest in Kano, built an Ira Blitz deck, Bravo CC deck, and the events just kept coming, and I fell in love with Bravo. Bravo is my favorite hero to play in Fab ever. I think the Welcome to Wraith matchups are probably like the best Fab matchup. It's like the tier list is like Bravo Dromai up here is the best matchup in Fab and the most fun ever. And then there's like a gap, and then it's the Welcome to Wraith matchups. Any of the permutations of the Welcome to Wraith matchups, the four heroes, and then it's like everything else. um, so Bravo, and then after that is and I wanted to start playing Azalea because she seemed fun, but the events kept coming and there was no time to practice Azalea, so I just had to keep playing Bravo, which I enjoyed. Um, and then at once the event started dying down, I started playing Azalea at Armories because I wanted to try something new, and that's when I really enjoyed like the mechanics of the deck. It felt so cool, right, Taylor? Do you
Yeah.
ever have like do you ever have flashes of missing Azalea
I've been
every time
playing
I'm playing
Marlin.
the
It's like
event?
the same deck. It's easy.
Have you? No, you. I know you're not playing with Crosswrap, right? I think you're playing with
No.
Dominion. Yeah,
Okay.
I miss Crosswrap.
Okay. Actually, to be fair, today Levi did play Marlin with cross wrap, and like I think he either won or he came in second place in his ProQuest. So I was
Oh
like,
wow.
okay, it still exists.
Yeah, I remember trying Marlin with Levi's list, and I was like, when I activated Crosswrap in person for like
Yeah.
the first time in a while, it was like the Ratatouille thing, or you just get
Oh, dude, I loved it
transported.
though. It's like that's that's my issue with Marlin. I don't want to tangent off of this. Okay, we'll talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
this
Go
later.
ahead, go
We'll talk
ahead.
about this later. No,
Okay,
no, no,
okay.
no.
Later.
Yeah, later, later.
I'm down. I'm down. Okay, okay.
You say like
So
all the podcasts are tangents.
Yeah,
That's so true.
they are.
So
So
true, Sam.
I fell in love with like the mechanics of Azalea and all that. It was so fun. Um, and for those of you who don't know, at this time Azalea had 12 LL points or something like that. And I brought her to a calling, and I won said calling in 2023, and I brought her her first 100 LL points, and that's sort of been like my claim to fame to Fab. And I've reflected about that run since like it's been a while. That was my first international event in any card game ever, and taking it down. I was just so fortunate to have my first event go that well, and after that, all the callings I played after, I'm like, man, it's hard to it's hard to even like day two or top eight a calling. I was really lucky to get it on the first try. It's really hard to top eight a calling. Yeah, so after
That
everything
oh,
afterwards made me just so much more appreciative of getting so fortunate on the first run. Um, so that was Azalea, and I played a lot of Azalea, and at that point in my life, it was just basically playing Azalea or Bravo at like all of the events. It was like I'd play Azalea if I think I needed the power, and I'd play Bravo if I think I needed the consistency,
Okay.
depending on the level of the events I was expecting. I think that was the main like, and that's why I played Azalea Taipei. I felt like I'm not gonna beat these pros if I play Bravo. I gotta high roll them with Azalea. And that was actually one of the more memorable parts of the event. I paired against Brody, who I hadn't like that was the first time we met each other, and I high rolled the crap out of him. Our game was a complete non-game. He had one thing he could have optimized better that would not have mattered at all. He got so rolled. Our game was like 20 minutes, and then we just talked for like half an hour, and it was awesome.
That's cool. That's
That's
funny.
great.
Yeah, that was super fun. Yeah, Azalea Bravo, and then what happened after then? I think Azalea LL. Oh wait, no, Azalea did not LL yet, but kind of fell off for some reason. Then I had my like play the best deck villain arc, where I played Zen in MST because it was just broken, right? I'm kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
glad that like I picked up on the deck relatively early. I know at some points there was, even though it was clearly the best deck, a lot of people didn't adopt it. I think at Arnat's, KO was still more popular for some reason. So yeah, I played Zen, and then I think since then I've just been playing the best deck. Like I played Aurora. I played Aurora when that came out. That was really fun. And I had this like phase where I was sort of I don't know for a lot of you guys, but so I started with Bravo, so I really valued like consistency and being able to to express your skill over the other person. So I really did not want to play aggro decks because aggro mirrors are there, there's still a lot of skill in there, and because it's fab, and this is one of
Yeah.
the things I realized, fab doesn't stop being fab just because you're playing an aggro deck. And I think for a lot of players, I think there's a certain archetype of people, the ones who will only play the control deck because they want a skill diff, and because they don't want to play aggro mirrors, which is what I was. And when I played Aurora, and even playing Aurora mirrors, there's a lot of agency there and a lot of skill expression. Um, when I started playing Aurora, I actually wanted to. I played it I played it during an RTN or a PQ season, and I was actually upset that I didn't get as much Aurora mirrors. I actually wanted to play a bunch of Aurora mirrors, which is such a flip for me. So yeah, I had Aurora made me realize that it's okay to play the aggro deck. You don't have to play the slow control deck to exert your skill. You can do it with an aggro deck, and that started this whole just play the best second format no matter what archetype it is. So I played Aurora and I signed up for the mirrors. After that, I played. Oh, after that was that RTN run I had where I
Yeah, I
won
remember.
7 RTNs in one season. Um,
You're still
which
the
was
you're the reason that some of these people cannot play. I like in my mind, like I saw that picture on Twitter. I was like, oh my god. And they're like, no more. And I was like, oh my god, it's his fault. I swear to God, it is his fault. Check out all these gold foil
zero
boys.
chance that I'm actually the reason that I and multiple other people cannot play at their ProQuests.
Wink,
And I'm
wink, nudge,
sorry.
nudge.
Yeah, so yeah, I played Aurora um even though well in my head initially when I signed up for the deck the mirrors would be bad, but they're not that bad. I played Viserai when it was the best deck because it was the best deck and the mirrors are bad. They're just somebody dies, but whatever. We're gonna sign up for that, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Even the mirrors I played were still fab. They were still flesh and blood. Uh, and this that just kind of unlocked something in my brain of like, hey, we can play aggro decks now. It's fine. Fab doesn't stop being fab, right? You don't have to be afraid. Um, yeah, and that's what got me. I think, yeah. Ever since the Aurora Armory deck, I've only registered Aurora and then once she LL'd Gravy Bones at international events. When
Man,
Gravy Bones came out.
you've been like lately, man. I'm just saying, your Gravy Bones play has just been insane. You had Osaka, which I think you went undefeated.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Uh, of course, the calling second place, a great run. In Kansas City, I know you were like 10th or 11th or something,
It
or
was
like because you
17th. I remember
17th. I'm
this
sorry, I
is
remember because I'm sitting there
yeah.
with you, and I was
Oh
like,
no.
'cause like I remember I think it's the final round. We're talking, and I was like, oh, how'd you fend up? And you're like, I think I'm 16th or 17th. I was like, you know the exact number. He goes, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, nerd. What is that, man? It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
it pays to know. It pays off sometimes to know exactly how gem works. That's something I would suggest to people. If you don't know how gem works, you should figure it out because there's a lot of stuff you can figure out with standings and stuff like that. It's
I
very
uh
helpful.
I feel like Justin doesn't understand this, but that was very targeted at me. I just told somebody last week that if you put magic standings in front of me, I could figure it out in a second and tell you exactly where you are. But when we play gym, I feel like I just have on sunglasses and a cane. I'm just walking around, just hoping things work out in my favor. Like,
So different from typical TCG standings, right? With like opponent match win and stuff like that.
right.
But the rules of gem, once you learn it, it's very predictable. And the data is more there,
Okay.
right?
yeah.
With magic stuff, you have to like find out who won which one, stuff like that, who got paired in a whatever, stuff like that. But I definitely get you. It's so different. It's unique.
I've definitely got to figure
Yeah.
out whatever you figured out, man.
Send you the equation later. He's
Yeah,
like, here you go,
please,
buddy.
please.
Well,
I
so for
got
me,
you. I got you.
whenever I'm at like a local ProQuest or something, I'm usually like the guy that has like the little calculator, and I can like, hey, we're gonna play this. You got to do like X and 2 or something, and then I'll have a buddy come up, and like, hey, this is my record so far. What do I need to do? And I'll always just be like, just win. I was like, don't even worry about it, just win, and you don't have to worry about anything else. Just save yourself some time, dog.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's always a good mentality. Yeah. Sometimes I will know. I will. I'll know if they need to win or not, but I tell them just win anyway. So even if you do know how it works, sometimes you can just not tell people.
Oh yeah, I've done it. I'd be like, I think it was Pro Tour LA, and I had like it was like round 11, and I was like X1 or something, and I was like, I'm pretty sure if I win this, I'm like locked for top like eighth seed. I think it was 10-1 or 9-1, and then I lost, and I was like, I don't care anymore. So like we go to the next round. I was like, hey man, you got a good game. I was so tilted that I lost that like winning it. I was like, man, you got it, dude. Like I was about to drop it like X2. I was like, oh,
Oh my god.
I was like,
Only
oh,
things Taylor
Mm.
Crawford would say. I was about to drop it X2, like on day
I was
2,
so
no
tilted.
less, just for context. Like,
I was so tilted. I was like, oh my
Dude,
gosh.
I cannot do well at tier fours. I don't know why.
Oh my,
I don't
dude,
know why.
me and you,
Oh.
dude. I,
We have so much in common.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, he wins a lot
Oh.
more, like 15, 20% more.
We're like
But
the same person.
can't even. Well, I've day two'd every CC calling I've ever played. I've done like top 64, top 32, a couple top eights, one. But I have never day two'd a tier 4 for some reason. So I don't know why.
Oh my god. Dude. Wait, hey. That's better than what I've been doing the past couple tier fours, which is date twoing and not cashing. Which
Because then you
is
don't even get
it's
like
so
the
you don't
calling
even get to
money.
join the calling. Yeah, it's so miserable. It oh my god. So yeah, I was on a bad streak. So the best I've done at a tier four is PTLA with Azalea, top 32, which
Mhm.
after a lot of reflection after the event over the years, I think I could have won my two games.
Oh, I swear
Um,
to God, I thought you'd
with
be like,
that.
I thought I could have won it. I was like,
No, no, no.
when he said he
I
started
thought
off with, it, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
It should have been me.
It should have been
no,
me.
I believe I could have won my two games. I definitely made some mistakes in those losses. You know when like the losses are very clear when
Yeah.
they're the ones where okay, this is like this is my losses in this tournament, and then the ones are the ones where you know you made a mistake. They were very clear for me. So that's the best I've done at a tier four, top 32 with Azalea, and then just miss after miss after miss. Day two Worlds don't cash. Day two London don't cash. I didn't go to Amsterdam. Yeah, it's so sad. It's so sad. Um, and then finally in Singapore, I day two, then I top 64, which is like hallelujah for me. Thank you. Something to show
the
for
curse is
these
over.
2 days. Yeah. So
Oh, now you're unleashed. You're gonna go off in Philly.
So
yeah,
true, dude.
hopefully.
So something I remember, I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm actually looking at it for right now. Pro Tour LA. I remember laying in bed and I'm watching the coverage from that day, and you had a stream game. Am I right?
Oh
And you
my
played against
god.
dude, and you got your face blasted.
Okay. About that okay, so in case you guys don't know, I'm a very avid an advocate against these wizards that don't play flesh and blood. You know, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got Zach. Yeah. You're with me.
Oh, yeah.
I know Zach's with me. I
Oh.
know Zach's with me. Um, get these guys out of here, man.
Yeah.
Remember when I said like, you can play just because you play an aggro deck, doesn't make it stop being flesh and blood. It's still flesh and blood. If you play Kano though, that's not flesh and blood.
So true.
That's Kano.
It
That's
was
Kano.
Guys, I think
it was
I
by my
found our
boy Julian.
permanent fourth guest, please. Permanent fourth guest.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, it was against Julian.
Yeah.
About that game though, there was a lot that went on there. This was before Kindle, I think. Yeah, this was before Kindle. So the Kano deck was actually interesting
Yes.
to
Yes.
play against. There was I don't know if this sounds super cheesy or whatever, but there was so much of the game going on just in counting in my head that you just can't see over the board. And even
Mhm.
though that game was like 3, 4 turns, I got super blasted. I think the game was like I got spindled. I think it was like a pot, a spindle, and then I died. I think the game was that long,
That's about
but a
right.
lot
Yeah.
happened, which which um which was really fun for me, counting resources and like, okay, if I have one resource here, do I die? Yeah, I'd probably die because he top the top 3 cards from spindle, something like that. If I AB the spindle here, will I have enough if I tap out here? Stuff like that. And it was actually really fun for me, despite getting blasted. But after Kindle, get this hero out. Even the Kano mains are not playing Kano anymore. I have a
It's true.
friend that is a super Kano blinger. He's got his CF Striders and Marvel Kano, the works, and I think he went O2 drop twice in like 2 PQs with Kano, and he's like, I'm not playing this guy anymore. Because like he Kano'd into a Kindle, the Kindle drew some reds, whatever. And this guy's a good player. And he's wasting his fab time playing Kano. We've been telling him to play Verdance instead. Anything but
Yeah.
Kano. Um, Coincidentally, he's the last of our like friend group to qualify. The
Oh,
only guy who hasn't qualified yet for
you do a little smack
Yokohama. So
talking if you want right now, and then just send them
yeah,
the.
yeah.
Yes.
The end of the end of the end of our podcast episode, we shout him out too. He's like, "Hey, the last guy who hasn't won yet." We were joking about doing like a spotlight series where we post all of his standings at every ProQuest.
Oh
It's just him.
no.
It's like O2 drop Kano, O2 drop Kano.
Oh, that's
That's brutal.
Uh,
amazing. That is true
yeah,
friendship right there. If I've ever seen it,
yeah,
man.
exactly. Zach knows. Zach knows.
So let me tell you
Um,
about this fatigue Jarl deck.
Oh my god, dude. Deck's not
I'm
real.
just
Don't
hey,
fucking play
saying.
it.
I'd rather play Fatigue Jarl than Kano. Okay, at least you know what's gonna happen. You know the
You
True.
know
strategy.
what's
You
gonna
know what you
happen.
gotta do.
I'm gonna block.
True.
Yeah, exactly right. I think beating Fatigue is one of the funnest things in Fab. I think
Oh
learning
yeah.
how to beat Fatigue with every deck was so fun. Like learning how to pitch stack with Kano. Ironically, learning how to pitch stack with Kano
Meta.
the first time the first time I did it at like a random Blitz Armory against like a Fatigue Guardian, I'm like, okay, oh, I can do this. I was goldfishing this for like an hour yesterday. We're gonna try it in practice now. And when you do your first blind Kano, and it's like, please be the tome, please be the tome. This is the tome. I know it's the tome. Please be the tome. Then you do it and you hit it, and it's like, oh yeah. I think that's one of the more fun feelings of like beating Fatigue, doing the Kano pitch stack perfectly. Yeah, so that's super fun. To beat Fatigue with Kano. Well, back then. I guess now you can sort of do it. I don't even know what the stack looks like anymore. It's just a
I don't.
bunch of pots
I
and
think you just
go.
kill him. I think you just kill him.
Yeah, just a bunch of pots and like
Yeah, it's
you
like
dare tap down to one card, you're dead.
yeah, because like
Uh,
I loved in the Lexi Oldham matchup. I guess is the equivalent of your Dromai Bravo matchup for me, where I thought that was like the most interesting game of Flesh and Blood to ever like be played because like you have to like play Codex of Inertias in your Lexi deck, and you have to like pitch them next to your like Death Touches to kill Oldham, and it was like so much fun.
oh, that sounds fun. Yeah, Lexi was one of the decks that I was sad that I never got to play
Oh,
because it was one of the best decks in format that I just didn't want to play
Yeah.
because it was a an aggro deck in my head at the time, and it was such a regret. I was so mad at Lexi. There was one ProQuest season where I lost 4 games the whole season. They were all to Lexi. Oh, I only ever lost that season. I was playing Bravo like a chump. Um, like a chump. Skill skill expression control deck whatever. I should have just played Lexi. Signed up for the mirrors. Been better at the mirrors. Whatever.
the
Um,
mirror is so
Oh,
much
Lexi
fun.
was so fun.
yeah,
God, the mirrors was
I
so
I
good.
heard afterwards that the mirror was not really degenerate, which
Mm-mm.
was yeah.
No,
So
it
that's
was
one of the
all
decks
about
that got
blocking.
away
It
from me.
was all about blocking. It was so
Yeah,
much
that's
fun.
what I heard. hmm
Oh,
Beating fatigue with Azalea is also super fun.
oh yeah, dude.
That's so fun.
Oh,
There,
Bravo and Azalea matchup is so fun. It's like people
yeah.
always like are so doomer about it, but in reality, it's like
mhm.
if Bravo messes up like once or twice, you just win the game. It's
I think
so good.
that was one of the coolest like matchup uh um matchup perception flips I've personally experienced, which is like, oh, Bravo's supposed to be like unwinnable. That's like your worst matchup, auto loss as Azalea. But after a while, at some point, it's probably even Azalea favored, depending
Hmm.
on what you had in your deck, which is super cool. With no new cards being printed at all, or the deck not even changing, right? Maybe like one or two cards like Fatigue Shot or something like that, and the matchup like just wasn't what everybody thought it was. Just with proper play, playing a different way. Um, yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
So, Justin, I have kind of just an off-topic question here
Yeah, go ahead.
about
I want
fatigue.
all the off-topic
Yeah, so
questions.
you
Yeah,
mentioned that it's like a joy for you, like a high that you're chasing to be able to like beat fatigue decks,
yeah,
like when they know that they're trying to fatigue you. There
yeah.
are a lot of players that, like I've like had in my chat or like in my Discord, and they're like, I hate fatigue. Like, why are you playing this? Like, I don't want to have to play against this. And I'm like, I think that fatigue is a very important skill check for a lot of players that people don't know how to pass or they don't want to take the time to learn how to pass. If someone is frustrated or someone is like trying to fight that uphill battle, do you have like a piece of advice that you would give to somebody trying to figure out how to get through that fatigue wall with like really any deck that they're playing?
I guess um first you have to know if your deck can do it, because there are some decks that just cannot.
Okay.
But I think most decks can. I think most decks can, or at least can side in a plan for it. Um, and number two is you what is the execution required for this plan? So for example, I guess KO is an easier one, right? Where you can like line up two blood rushes. You have the very classic, as James White intended, way to beat fatigue is they can only have five blocking cards if there's a D react, and if there's not a D react in our arsenal, they can only block 12. And if you have five offensive cards, the as James White intended output of that is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and then you actually six. Wait, yeah, 16, right? The James White LSS approved output of that, which should go over the the fatigue deck, right? Of course, you have actual CCX, which do way more with five cards. Um, I guess that's the first thing you need to learn. On and off turns, winding up. I think for a lot of decks, so like they have some element here. So one is um I guess related to on and off turns is not just you have to be very intentional with all of your turns, because if you just try and play your normal turns not even thinking, um you are just gonna lose because the other guy has a plan and you do not have a plan to beat his. um you have to figure out if a turn is actually worth doing. So if you're just attacking for 9 or 8, that's not gonna do anything. It doesn't change the game state at all. Like if I attack you for 9, you block out, then it's my turn again, and I just lost a card in my deck. That's probably a red, and nothing happened with our life totals.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably lost some damage from you swinging hammer or something like that. I lost some life from you swinging hammer or something. So those kinds of turns you don't want to do into fatigue because they don't do anything. What you want to identify is if your hand cannot do anything meaningful, try and figure out a way for it to do something meaningful. So for example, with KO is like instead of attacking with a red, play an assault and battery and discard a card to make an agility.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I think that's a very concrete example. So instead of playing a red, you play that assault and battery, discard a red, make an agility for next turn, so for your 5 card hand. And now you can go over what fatigue is doing. So set up the double blood rush, cast bones. So LSS prints a lot of cards that are very specifically set up cards. So
Mm-hmm.
auras, malefic stuff like that. You do this a lot in Viscerai with rune chants. Um,
Hmm.
you do this a lot with resources that stay in play. So in Kano's case, like potions. Um, it I think other Verdance's case, potions as well. Potions are a very good example because they're a resource that you spend one turn.
spend on one turn that you cash in all at the same time on a different turn, which is how you beat fatigue. You want to be able to. I think. Oh, there is an amazing line from like the Marifire's Draw My Primer or something that I will never ever forget, which is like when you play against fatigue, it's no longer how much value my. I think it's up. Yeah, I'm gonna butcher this so hard, and I'm gonna be so sad because it's one of my favorite lines ever. But the gist of it is like when you're fighting fatigue, the game is no longer how much value can I get from these 4 cards, and it's how much damage can I do with my 60 cards.
Yes.
And I think playing fatigue really exercises your mastery over your whole deck, your whole 60 cards. What is the best that these 60 cards can do?
Okay.
And that's why I love fatigue so much because it's just it's you're basically playing solitaire, and if you lose, it's it well, okay, if you know your deck can do it and you yourself do not do it, then it's not the deck that's the problem, right? And if you know you can do it and you know your deck can do it, then they're gonna die for sure. Right? That's why it's so fun playing Fatigue. I just remembered. Okay, related to these Fatigue stories. So I mentioned like beating Fatigue with Azalea. Beating Fatigue with Aurora was so. I have an awesome story with beating Fatigue with Aurora. So in Kobe was the first time I ever played Aurora. I bought the Armory deck, built a deck, played all the sides on Friday, and played the calling. And this was all my Aurora experience. And in day one of the call, in day one of calling Kobe, there was a stream game where an Aurora beat a Fatigue Jarl, and my friend showed me the screenshot of the final thing, and it was
Oh,
like
I remember this.
the flicker arc
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
written in the stars, all of
Yeah.
that, and it killed the Jarl. And I was like, oh my god, that's so sick. Oh my god, to pitch stack all of that and whatever. Oh, that's so good. I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm so happy that I know this is a thing now. And in day two, I sit down against my opponent. He's Florian. Okay, I board however you do against Florian. The flicker whisper in anyway, and he flips over Annals of Sutcliffe. So, boys and girls, if you do not know what this weapon does, it reads I can cycle my hand and do nothing. But it means that I don't brick on Diriax, which meant this guy was playing full fatigue stack Florian. He was playing like yellow sick belows, yellow reduced to rune chance, last ditch effort. The way he kills you is he remembrances back a bunch of germinates, plays all of them at the end, and kills you with LDEs. So I knew I when he flipped over, I was like, oh my god, we gotta do it, we gotta do it. And I'm trying to remember at this point. Okay, what did the guy do yesterday? He was like, okay, so it's arc, flicker, and then okay, how many cards is that? So if you go arc, flicker, and then this card, this card, this card. Okay, the written, because I know what's their total, which is all of that, but you have to draw a certain section of that first. You can't draw all your writtens at the end because that's what draws the rest of the cards. So I was trying to
Yep.
work that out in my head right there, and it was so fun just doing it the first time. Just like having the pressure and be like, okay, I have to do this fast or we're gonna go to time, but I have to do it right. And I pitch stack the combo, and I'm like, okay, like yeah, like this, like this, like this. Okay, and then I do it, and it was it was so fun for me, like setting up the pitch stack right. When I play the written, I know what card I'm gonna draw. Play this serenade to get back this to trigger the arc lightnings and the flicker. Get back the skizzik that I pitched. All of that. It was so fun. And then I find out after the event I watched the VOD from the Aurora that killed the Fatigue Florian yesterday. They didn't even pitch stack it. They just IP'd and just natural drew a bunch of the combo. Yeah, yeah. The way I did it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna copy how he did it.
This
It
guy's a
wasn't even how they
genius.
did it.
I'm gonna do it too.
Awesome.
And I was so upset. I was so upset. I'm like, I thought this guy was so sick, setting up the combo, knowing what he had to do versus Fatigue Jarl. But like, no, he played a serenade, drew parts of the combo and kept IPing like 2 cards until he drew the rest of the combo. I'm like,
Awesome.
okay, that's cool too, I guess. But not
That's
how
cool too, I guess.
envisioned it.
Not this person from Colin Kobe watching the episode and being like, wow, dude, this guy's a dick. Like,
That's
Yeah.
cool, I guess.
So
Oh
I,
my god, that's incredible.
so one is finding out how your deck can actually. So if your deck can actually do it, how your deck does it, and what is the proper execution of that. And it always helps to have an example, like how I did. I knew what that final turn looked like, from the Aurora side,
mhm.
and now you just have to reverse engineer. How do I get to that? Right. So, am I doing the thing the guy did, where like I IP when it lines up?
Mhm.
Do I pitch these cards? When do I pitch them? Especially with Aurora, because you have shuffles and all that. Once I start pitching cards, I have to know not to shuffle. I've heard a lot of stories about somebody doing a sick pitch stack, and then they play Sonata Arcanics, and it's just gone. Yeah.
Saw Nathan do that once actually in testing.
Amazing.
I was like,
Pick
wait,
up-
what did he do, dog? He's like, oh
flip
yeah.
the cards and like, oh no.
I've seen it, dude. That's like, I've done it one time with knock. Also, I'm like pitch stack like a rain razor's turn, and I'm like knock, and it's like, oh wait just a minute. Oh no.
Yeah. So, and what's so fun about fatigue is it's all on you, and you can practice that. You can just do it on your own. You can just go on the Talishar single player and just see how much damage you output. And all you have to do is to sort of check if you can beat fatigue is you do a bunch of those turns, and on Talishar they show you the damage dealt per turn, right? And you just subtract all of those turns by 12. And if your total is still above 40 plus their armor, that means you killed somebody that was black and 12. Of course, in a real game, there will be like D-reacts, which are 4 value, stuff like that. But it's a good metric to see if you can actually come close to beating fatigue. This is something I did actually when I was learning Vincent, where I was just giga stacking, go through my whole deck, and at the end of the game, okay, subtract 12 from every turn. Did I do like 50 damage? Okay, I did. This guy died. Right? And this is a very time efficient way to do it because you don't have to wait on your opponent's responses and all that because you just do it on your own, either in paper goldfishing or on Talishar.
It's a really good piece of advice.
I was like, I like that a lot.
I'll write that one down for later.
Using
Yeah, that's for
Talishar-
me. That's not for anyone else.
Using Talishar to your advantage like that is massive. I feel like for a lot of people who don't have a testing group or don't have this, like that's awesome. I really like that a lot.
Yeah, I think I've been in. I use Talishar single player. I wouldn't say a lot, but a decent amount for stuff like that. Checking if a deck works, stuff like that. It really helps, and it's very time efficient because you don't have to wait for your opponent's responses.
Right.
You just got to make sure to be set on what are you trying to figure out, and does this need another person?
Okay.
Yeah. It's really funny because whenever I play against any fatigue, I don't know if you guys ever played Street Fighter, but there's like a bonus stage where you beat up a car, and that's what I always imagine in my head is I'm just gonna beat up that car. It's not gonna do anything to me. It's like, can I beat it by the end of the time limit?
Max damage. Yeah. Do you know what to do with all of your everything at your disposal?
Oh yeah. So, one thing I wanted to touch on, and I know it's gonna. You retweeted one of my tweets, and I want to talk a little bit about your opinions on living legend format. I know.
I had to lead with you retweeted me.
Dude, I didn't mean for that tweet to catch fire like that. I just wanted to complain, and everybody else was like,
"We've got full circle now. You're. I think somebody I saw a tweet of the same image of you, same image that you tweeted, except it's the other opinion where it's like I actually like LL. We've gone full cycle now.
It's awesome, actually. That's
like,
see, it's so much easier to communicate with people when you post like funny little memes and stuff. People really relate to it. But when you just post like a line of text, I don't want to read that. But you post a funny one, I'm like, yeah, me too.
Sorry that happened, or I'm happy for you.
Oh yeah,
I'm not reading that. People comment on my pictures with like a whole paragraph about their opinion. I'm just like, that's cool. Glad.
Yeah, so I guess yeah, I did I quote tweeted that with my opinions of LL, which I think it should be I think LSS should reframe what the format is to the whole point of Living Legend is that you can that this is where the dead guys go, and this is where you can play the dead heroes. And the problem with the format now is that a lot of like the dead heroes you don't really play. You just play the most broken ones, which were like the first couple, right? Starbo Chain Vis, which is I think right. Starbo Chain Vis
Yeah,
Zen,
yeah,
probably
that's
those are like
it.
the main, and Dio.
Yeah.
Those are like the main decks, and uh, I think they should rebrand LL to be not where you play the broken cards like Art of War and High Octane stuff like that, to where you can.
Mm-hmm.
They should rebrand it to where you can play the LL heroes. So my vision for LL is kind of like if somebody's play if you guys have played Magic,
Hmm.
um, instead of Legacy Vintage Power Level, which is where LL is right now, I would say pre book banning Fab was pretty much there. They should bring it down to modern Pioneer level, which is just a couple bit better than CC, maybe like 2 points better than CC somewhere there. And I think this is where LL should be because that means, uh, well, hopefully as a byproduct of this downshift in power, I hope that the decks that can be playable are stuff like Enigma, Azalea maybe. Azalea is sort of playable in LL, but I want Azalea to be like an actual thing that you can play, like a B tier
Yeah.
deck, which is definitely not where it is now. Azalea, Enigma, Deathbed Zen. Yeah. So when I say Deathbed Zen, I'm talking about the Zen that was on life support, you know,
Oh
in
yeah,
the last dregs of Zen
the tempo's
without.
Oh.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The tempos in.
tempo's in. The one's
I've
playing like
never.
Tiger Eye Reflex on me. I'm like, what are you
Yeah,
doing,
yeah,
dog?
yeah.
Okay.
That I hope that that deck is playable in LL like Tipple Gravy. I hope that is like a playable good deck in LL, right? And that's about the power level of LL that I'd prefer. And I
Oh
think
man, I
that
really want
power
to play it.
level would unlock a lot more heroes, especially like the only ones you really have to worry about are the illusionist gatekeepers, which will automatically shut out a huge portion of heroes. But depending on how you tweak it, a random tangent involving that, me mentioning illusionist heroes at the start, I remember this hearing this super sick take that one of the most like one of the things you hear and you let out the biggest true. Um, I heard somebody say
I'm
that
ready.
Dromai would have been the most balanced illusionist if they just banned Rake, and I I would have loved that kind of meta where because I remember in that meta Dromai was gatekeeping so many stuff, all the warriors,
Mm-hmm.
all the random diddle
Assassins.
decks, and if Rake got banned, that would have changed a lot. And having Bravo Dromai be as enjoyable as it is with Rake, I can imagine that for a lot of other decks, the the gameplay would have been a lot closer to that if Rake wasn't in the equation.
Mhm.
So maybe they could do stuff like that in LL the to facilitate a bigger pool of playable decks, right? Make the gatekeepers a little worse.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if that's actually correct, but it's something you could do, right? I
Yeah,
don't know if Droma is actually good enough, but if it's the case where there's like five really fun playable decks, but they all die to Dromai, maybe you could do something like that, right?
yeah,
Yeah, and I think this would be a lot more welcoming to people who want to try LL, especially for those that just want to play their LL hero. Because
Exactly.
right now, LL is not where you go to play your LL heroes. They're gonna go to
so
Silver
true.
Age if they miss Enigma, right?
Yeah.
If I was an Azalea main and I'm sad that Azalea's gone, there is no place for me to play her except, I guess, Silver Age, right? Not Living Legend. And especially since that is the name of the format, that's a bit of a disconnect, right?
Yeah.
I think if you had if we could make LSS choose and realize that you gotta pick between one, have people be able to play all their cards, which is what's kind of happening right now, right? Where High Octane, Art of War, are playable, or have people be
Hmm.
able to play all their heroes. I think this one would be a lot funner for more people, and what a lot more people would prefer, right?
I like that idea a lot. Like kind of like porting over LL heroes into a CC format and then make aggressive bans depending on the LL4 heroes, kind of like you talked about Rake, but you could do like a Dirge ban also, but keep the actual CC ban list actually already installed into that format would be a great
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. hmm hmm Or maybe like you can let go of some of the like belittle maybe. I think belittle would belong in this sort of LL format, right? Because it doesn't have that offensive overlap, I guess, is the key determining factor, right, of the broken turns,
Just don't
right?
want to see Art of War. Like every time Art of War's played to me in LL, I just want to punch somebody. I don't know. I'm just like I just want to punch you.
That's the one, not
Yeah,
like Scalata
and
Sonata.
No, no, no,
that
dude. No, it's Art of War.
yeah, and related to this too is like just the because the power level is so high, the speed of the games are a lot faster.
Mhm.
I think the recent BH, a good amount of the stream games was just over before 30 minutes. And if you have a 55-minute round timer and it feels like every time there's an LL event, everybody's done in like 20, 30 minutes, and everybody has to wait for like the one Oldham, the one CYB
Yeah.
new playing at the event. And I think that's a symptom of what makes the format undesirable to some people because of how fast it is. If we wanted to play a 30-minute game of Fab, we'd play Blitz or Silver Age or something like that.
Mhm.
It being a 40 life 60 card format being this fast on average is not fun for me personally, and I think a lot of people will uh, agree with that being a symptom of what they don't like.
So just to add to like Justin's point here, I went to an LL ProQuest today. There was 5 rounds. It started at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We were finished with the finals match at 6:30. At 6:30.
Started at one. You guys are so brave.
Dude, one
What?
okay, first off, we won't get into that. The store was great with like the judge and like the prize support, so they get a pass. They actually ran a great event today. But like 1 o'clock, I was like, what is this? We're adults. Get
Yeah.
up and go to the event. Like if it were me, we'd be having 9 a.m. ProQuest. But like I know I'm on a weird yeah,
I'm with you. I'm actually with you
I'm in the
here.
same boat.
I
Um
I would also prefer earlier
Dude,
events.
when I
Well, then it's
scrub
gracious
out,
I can
I get to have,
drive out of town.
dude, like, if I scrub out, I have the rest of the day to go do something. But if we start at like 12 or 1 o'clock and I scrub out, it's like 3 or 4 o'clock. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with my day. I'm just going to go home. But
right.
like, if I scrub out and it's 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, I'm like, the world's my oyster today. I can go outside, take a walk, I can do stuff.
No, completely agree. But yeah, we played an 8 round ProQuest of 17 players in 5.5 hours today. It was
Dude,
That's
like we were
wild.
flying through rounds, and I think the thing that was taking the longest every game was that there were Starvos in the room, and so like they were blocking and trying not to die late in the game, which is very weird, very uncharacteristic of Starvo. I feel like, but
I made this joke earlier, but like, I do want to mention that like, as I've been playing more Living Legend, I think I'm a lot happier with the format as I've started to realize that I'm a lot worse than a lot of people I'm testing with now. And I think the higher variance is actually like helping me for worlds, so I'm pretty no changes. I'm gonna try to reverse
no,
psychology LSS into this.
no
Full
changes.
stop.
My man
No
said no
changes.
change, dude. James is going to be
Oh,
sitting in the building tomorrow, like watching this, going, "Make up your mind, Taylor. Like, what do you want from us?"
There's gonna be changes tomorrow night. The
Just bring
podcast will
this
go up. We'll
podcast.
get a
We can't
DM
let
from
this
James.
happen.
What are you guys doing? You're ruining everything.
I got a question for you guys. So, are you all on this same page about you know, not I don't want to say dislike LL, but you know what I mean. You guys all with Taylor? Are you guys all of the same opinion, or
I
you guys?
mean,
Yes, guys, are you guys all in the same opinion?
I'm
Yes.
definitely
Not
not.
quite that opinion,
Yeah.
but
Okay, okay, okay.
No, I don't hate it as much as Taylor does, but I would
Yeah,
rather play something else at Worlds.
yeah,
gotcha.
fair
Okay,
enough.
okay, okay. So I have a question. I was thinking about it. So if LSS just announced this Monday that instead of playing LL at Worlds, we're all gonna play Silver Age. Do you think there what would be I guess what questions do I want to ask? It's like would you prefer this slash we all know that it would be outrageous and everybody would be outraged due to
Oh
like
yeah.
you know how prep works and all that.
It'd be great though to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
This
What
is-
okay, I guess for Taylor first cuz we're the most in sync. Would you personally have a better enjoyment of Worlds? Do you think you would enjoy Worlds more?
Yeah, well, because I think I'm gonna be real with you. I just kind of want to watch the world burn. So if they did that announcement, I would just like get to go online and read everyone's insane opinions about how like Fab is dying because of it, and then I would just get to go play Azalea again with like with a Talismanic lens or something, where I'm like
Yeah,
just. Dude, I was like, I get to play Azalea again. I'm like, I would be so excited
it's
to go turn
broken
zero.
that format.
Dude, it's like,
Laced with
okay,
blood rot.
dude, yeah, dude, Scout. Oh, dominate turn 11, dominate turn zero. I was like, oh my god, in this format, the no D reacts, holy smokes.
There
Oh,
you go. Right? So 30-minute format, just just change it from LL to Silver Age, and it's basically the same thing.
I would love it, but like, I know deep down, as a grinder, LSS should probably do nothing with the Living Legend format, call it good. And I think that'd probably be the safest PR move. But like, I want them to make a lot of changes, but it's like they should have done it a month ago because everyone's going to complain if they make changes. It's a lose-lose situation from my side, or a win-win depending on how you want to see it.
I mean, it's kind of lose lose, right? Because if they don't make any changes, everyone's still going to complain. They make changes, everyone's going to be pissed they didn't make changes earlier.
Yeah,
You know,
would you
Yeah,
be more excited for Silver Age, Justin?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it would be free. LSS is always so fond of like sight reading, checking the players, right? Like that's what world prems are, right?
Dude,
Just have this be world prem Silver Age.
dude,
I love this.
you joke, but like I was telling Sam, I was like, I don't think people understand that like LSS stays on top of things with like I was telling Josh about this. I was like, they stay on top of like players' opinions on like what cards should be banned, and they do a pretty decent job usually. Maybe a month late sometimes, but like they do a pretty good job. And I was like, I'm surprised that we haven't heard anything yet. I am genuinely surprised that they haven't came out and been like, we'll do something. Especially after Amsterdam, that was
Oh yeah,
that
I
was the
didn't go to
worst.
that one because I did not want to play that meta.
Yeah, I
I
was
I
like,
did not want to play a bunch of Zen flips.
oh, that was rough to watch. How about you, Zach? What's your opinion?
mean, I'm testing Aurora and LL. Like, I feel like Aurora is probably just better in Silver Age. So, like, sign me up. I get to play like still all of the 0 for 4s that have go again. So yeah, I'm in. Like, I think it'll be great.
maybe
Hey,
Enigma's good even without Refractor. That'd be fun.
Gravy Bone seems, at least in my head, pretty decent in Silver Age.
Cash in, cash in, cash in.
You probably get to do
I
some
have
pretty
18.
You
broken
know,
stuff with Gravy Bones. Actually,
they didn't ban any tipples.
yeah. Like
We have
you
we
get
have
to be
six tip
the aggro version of
Wait a
Gravy, right?
minute.
In that format, like you just
Wait a
yeah,
minute.
you have
dude.
six
Ooh, hold
tipples and you
on.
have you got Boathead Long. For 6, go again.
Boat
I love that
headlong.
name. I love that name. I'm gonna call it that all the time.
Why?
Hmm?
I've never heard that before.
You got
Amazing.
Swells, pretty good.
Headlocks. I can't even.
Infinite Gold, you know?
You don't get
Uh,
hooked though.
Yeah, you don't get hooked. Also, you have less gold.
Hmm.
You lose hook and thread, so you have to change the curve a bit. But maybe you'll play like Barnacle and all that. But the core of being able to draw a zombie every turn is still there.
Hey, Sam, tell me that you haven't read any of our team chat. Dude, I have this sick gravy list for Silver Age.
There
Oh,
you
for real? I haven't
go.
seen that one yet.
Dude, I'm playing like Chowder and like Cuddy Shark and Limpet. Dude, that's
Hold
sick.
on a minute.
It's
Yeah,
called
you guys want to talk about Silver Age? What do you guys have been interested in looking at? Uh,
dude.
yeah, I know my friends are pretty interested too. They're thinking of maybe doing some Silver Age content. I guess the first well, what I said was like the starting point for finding the good decks is like just find which deck has the most over fours and lava bursts. So you have
Yeah.
burn up
Yeah, yeah.
shock,
Go
you
on.
have like compounding anger, you have actual lava burst, right? Stuff like that. You have lace with blood rot, infecting shot.
So we're
You
just
just
playing
look
Fi?
for
Is
which
that
deck
what I
has the
heard?
most of those.
We're just playing Fi?
Five's pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean,
you got
listen,
4 lava bursts.
take me back to my roots. That's what I'm talking about. I love Fi.
Oh,
Wait, hold on.
did you
Wait,
start with
wait,
five?
wait
Yeah, it
just a
was like
minute.
one of my first like
Snapshot?
real competitive heroes. Yeah.
I get
Headshot.
Snapshot again?
Oh, snapshot.
Is that the
Yeah.
Lexi
Oh,
card or whatever?
I
Oh
remember
yeah.
when it was still Project Blue.
Oh,
I
back in those
remember
days.
I
I think
remember
about 2
thinking
months
that
ago.
deck was broken. Isn't that deck broken? I
Used to be
remember
right.
goldfishing. That's one of the. This is another plugging Talishar single player. That's also one of the ways you can check if a deck is. You can use it. Just check if a deck is broken. Just goldfish a bunch of hands and look at the average value at the end. If it is much higher than what you would expect, the deck's broken. This is how I realized Zen was broken very early.
Guys?
I
It's
saw
that
that we make
simple.
best video and I was like, then I started goldfishing a bunch of Zen and I'm like, huh, 20 average value per turn? That seems pretty high.
This Bonds card is kind of good. This
Yeah, it's
what?
kind of good, huh? Yeah, there. And then I think I was also doing that with Snapshot Lexi. And I think the problem I experienced was like some games would be like insane, like super high. Let's say I don't remember the actual number, but let's say like 16 or something. And
Yeah,
some
yeah.
games would be horrendous because you just draw clunkers and don't want to play the rest of the game out.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's why they banned Honing Hood. Honing
I
Hood
think
was
it's because
a
of Marlin. They were too scared of Marlin.
oh wait, is this real? Is this real?
No, think about it, dude. Like on no. Think about it. On like turn 0, you like honing hood like a harpoon in, and then you just like shoot it for 11 overpower. Take a card from your hand, make it gold on turn 0.
11 with what harpoon?
Any of the blue ones and a buff, and that's 11 because you get 8 and then 3.
Okay.
Trust me, my
Hmm.
Marlin math is A1. You have to trust me on this.
Okay. Okay.
Trust me, I try to make it work. I spent like 10 minutes working on it in Silver Age.
Trust me, I
So-
made it work. I spent 10 minutes. Listen at this guy. Listen at this guy.
I was like, no, I got nothing. I got nothing. I'm also really sad that that you can't play like the majestic heroes. I really wanted to play New Prism, where I just hit them and shuffle my deck, and that was it in Silver Age. But like,
And you're just 16 life. You're just down 4
yeah,
life.
yeah. But you gotta shuffle your deck though. That was like the bonus
Sick.
instead of like
The-
take special shields. Shuffle.
For your to reshuffle your gems back. Oh wait.
Oh wait. Oh.
Retrigger Tropal.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Reinar has to be broken, right? Like I
This
haven't
was one of
tested
my
it.
this was one of my immediate thoughts as well. I remember playing well, I don't know with like I don't know if the new cards are any better, but you can still get fatigued surprisingly because
Dude,
you
being
just die it.
trackers. Oh my god. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't even think about being trackers.
you got and then you have the new beat maybe with the new beat chest stuff it becomes good
Is,
because
is that a majestic or a rare?
I actually don't know.
I
So
have to go
if
find
those
it.
are rare, then
Oh my gosh. Then I'm gonna be. Oh, then I'm winning Pro Tour Yokohama on Reinar Beat Chest in my Silver Age deck. Because if they do Living Legend for Yokohama, I will. My mind will explode if LSS
there
does
is
that.
there is
There's no
zero
chance.
way they're ever doing this living legend at a tier 4 again. There's zero chance. It's
Oh,
either
yeah.
they just don't have the format at tier 4 because a lot of people clearly don't like it, be it Houston attendance, Living Legend PQs. People don't like it, you know. Um, Something has to be done. I right, like something has to be. People clearly don't like it. Something has to be done, right? It can't just be like, everybody is the people who like Living Legend are right, and everybody else just doesn't know it, right? Is that
That
is
would be
that a thing?
hilarious. If that's the
We're
takeaway of the
like,
next dev talk, I'm gonna lose it.
yeah, we're like, hey, this format's actually fun. You guys just don't want to play it. No changes. Play
Actually,
it, guys.
that'd be like a good strong
You're
arm.
gonna like it.
All ProQuest next season are Living Legend. That's it. Just like, okay,
Play it.
so
It's fun and it's good, guys. You
you
guys
will
are
enjoy
wrong.
it.
You guys are
No more
wrong,
CC.
so we're gonna force you, right? So something has to be changed, and maybe we have LL with like my idea, my iteration of LL. Maybe that's possible.
Come on,
Ain't no
LSS.
way they're doing this exact same thing again. It's basically confirmed that it's Silver Age at Yokohama.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
I
It's
swear.
basically confirmed.
It's definitely the vibe I got.
All right. Speaking of Silver Age, we had a question today that was if LSS pivoted to Silver Age for LL
It's perfect.
over Jesus. I am just gonna
Dude.
run over all my words.
Yeah.
If LSS pivoted to Silver Age over LL for Worlds, like we were just talking about, what hero would everyone play? So if you had to
So-
pick one, who would you pick?
Oh, dude, I'm slamming Azalea. It's not even a question. It's like,
So I think the two broken things are either like stuff that can just cheese you if they go first, like Viserai, Azalea dominate stuff, or the ones with just the infinite lava bursts, Sigil of
Ira.
Suffering, Burn Up Shock, Arcanic Shock Wave, stuff like that. Yeah, Ira, just complete stat checks. I don't
Well,
know.
what about I was thinking about this because what is the most 0 for 4s now is actually Guardian with all of those yellow block 4 cards.
Ooh, good point.
Ayo.
Good point. I didn't
Yellow
get those cards
block
yet.
4 cards? Wait, what's happening? Am I
Yeah, in
what
the
cards?
Mastery Pack, in the
The,
Guardian Mastery Pack,
Yeah.
every
There's
equipment slot has a Clash of X slot. So there are 15 more yellow 4 blocks in the game.
Wait, but they're block cards, right?
Yeah, they're block cards. They're all rare block
Ah,
cards.
the classic Trounce revealing Trounce. We can do it also at a rare uncommon level.
yeah. Wait, dude. Actually, Sam, you're 100% right. Now I'm like really thinking. I'm like, wait, I can
Yeah.
just build like a.
So is fatigue
I can just
just
build like
super
a.
toxic in this meta? Like is
It
that
had,
like
n-
And it's
now you s-
unpreventable too, right? I guess if you
yeah.
have are there like 20 of those?
There are.
There's 15.
There's 15, and then you can play like. Then you can play
You
like
could also
on the
just play Test of
horizon.
Strength on the horizon. Like you just play more 4 blocks if you
so
wanted
what?
to.
There's the yellow 4 blocks in each of the like equipment slot pieces. There's
Yeah.
test of strength on the horizon.
Oh my god, crash and bash.
Wait,
Oh
wait,
yeah,
wait.
Crash and Bash too.
These clash, right? These clash.
Yeah, but who cares? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but the Clash doesn't do anything
If it
unless you're
happens-
both Guardians.
Oh
Oh
my
wait, what?
god,
Yeah.
Wait,
The Clash
wait.
doesn't do anything unless you're both Guardians.
That's insane.
these are insane. These are broken in half.
Yo, I'm
Wait,
playing Oldham and Sage. Let's go.
These are nuts.
No. Wait. If there is a winner, when this
And this
if
defends
they
a
don't-
guardian attack. Like,
Wait,
it
so
has to be.
Oh, you're just okay. In my head, so this, this goes to show how much I've touched Guardian since. There's like three Mastery Pack Guardian boxes here that I cracked open and sorted into a binder over there, and I didn't even know that these cards were actual 4 blocks. I thought by 4 point cards you meant they blocked for 3 and they pinged for 1. I didn't I didn't even know we weren't on the same page because I just got the card wrong.
Dude, these are insane, right? Because you could play what?
They're actual 4 blocks. I see. Okay, so you don't clash. You just have infinite fours.
Yeah, yeah. It's just block 4 on
No,
every
this is
card.
crazy. Because like Crash and Bash pushed us what at 12 or 14?
So
Ayo.
Crash would put us at 18. Then you on the horizons for 21, and then you play Test of Strength for 24. So you have 24 4 blocks in your deck,
Ayo.
and then you just swing hammer.
With 2 cards because you're holding a bunch of yellows. With a yellow and a red.
That's
Just
8 value. Wait, never mind. That's 12 value. 4 4 4. Dude, this deck's busted.
Dude,
never not gonna be
crazy.
4. Not gonna be 4.
Shut up. Let me have this one. Oh wait. You can play Test of Vigor and Test of Might, so your whole deck could just be 4 blocks central.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
You lose every clash. Let's go.
And whatever
Who
you're
cares, though?
not
You're
playing
blocking
that
4.
blocks 4, you're playing blue 3 blocks that turn on Titan's Fist, and that's the game plan.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
No, that could be your other cards. You could play all these 4 blocks and just blues, and just that's it. Just titanium baubles, and just
As we're talking about this deck, remember, guys, the segment a while ago about how to beat fatigue. That also applies to Silver Age. If you know a deck is just all blocks, you can pot.
Amazing.
All right.
Yeah, that deck seems sick. I remember seeing like an initial Silver Age win rate thing, and Victor was one of the higher ones.
this is
I
why.
can definitely see it. He was pretty good in Blitz.
It was like, yeah, so you only have Test of Strength, and then you probably have, you have all these 4 blocks. You
Well,
have
you got
infinite
the
4
hat.
blocks. You get the
The
hat.
hat is if when you
Oh.
block with a yellow, you make a gold.
Yo, we got rare, rare
Hold
half a
on.
face perg.
Dude, wait. These are yellow. Oh my
Oh, these are
god.
yellow. Oh
We can
my
draw
They're
god.
cards
yellow.
too?
Oh my
god.
god. We have rare half a face perg. Oh my god. It's over.
He's winning another battle hardened with Victor, baby.
That's the next battle hard vanilla is Silver Rage. And then
Yeah,
we're
you go
gonna
to
do
Seattle.
this.
Book your ticket to Seattle, brother.
We got it. The format's just solved. Why even play? What? Where was that? I gotta look for Silver Age. Silver Age.
All right, got another one specifically for you, Justin. How do you feel about Fearless Confrontation?
Uh. Okay, I guess let's start with how it makes you feel playing against Fearless Confrontation, which is it
How's
makes you
it?
very tense the whole time. Uh, um, it's definitely. Mm, I guess the most upsetting part about it was this was supposed to be a set for Guardians, and and the most used cards in this set are Base of the Mountain and Fearless Confrontation, which is very upsetting as somebody who loves Guardian and wants it to be playable again. Instead, we got this. Um, how do I feel
Bright Lights
about?
2, baby.
Yeah, unfortunately, and the Super Slam Guardians are. eh, I wish life could have been better, but
Tell
oh
me
well. It
about
was the
it.
I don't
Guardian
think you're
set,
alone
so
in
it
this
had to be
call.
the. It was the Guardian set, so it had to be the bad one.
Of course. Classic. Classic.
Mhm. Mhm.
Let's print another
Uh,
Everfest, please.
I think Fearless is okay. I think actually in the lists in the gravy deck, like in Kansas, the one I played in Kansas, it didn't even have Fearless because it actually didn't do the thing that often. Where
Mm-hmm.
it's like most of the decks that are action point starved, when they kill your thing, they overkill it anyway. So when
Yep.
a 3 HP ally gets hammered, you can't fearless that. And against the decks that are doing head jabs, so let's say a head jab into a 3 HP ally, if that gets fearless, these decks are usually the ones with go again, right? Or like a Kodachi or something like that. The only like the most common by far um fearless spot is just like when your chum gets CNC'd and it gets fearless.
Yeah.
So it turns the fearless into 6 value, which is, do we have 6 value cards right now in constructed?
Erase Face has come back a little bit.
Oh, I meant like a one
What?
card 6. So like a return
Oh, one card.
fire.
Technically,
Oh.
Saber Bloodshed can be a 1 card 7, technically, if they're marked.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like it's somewhere, it's a little below like a power card, right? A little below. So I guess because in that specific, it's only really that specific situation that it's 6 when it's a chum. I think it's okay. I don't think they. I guess the most. I think the question is probably checking for whether I think it was a mistake to have been printed, and
The answer
I
is yes.
Yeah.
think it is not. I think
What?
it is not.
Oh.
I think not a mistake. I think it's fine. I think I didn't think they needed it, but I don't think I wouldn't, show up at LSS offices with my pitchfork for Fearless.
No,
Maybe
no.
I'm
It's
just,
not as bad
Just for
as
Living Legend.
Count Your Blessings,
yeah,
but it's
only
like.
only Living Legend and only oh my god. That's the other thing. Oh my god. Living Legend is already like just one shot fest. Or I mean it can be, 30-minute fest.
Yeah.
And they banned the one defensive creep card, like the two defensive creep things in the game. Right? CYB and Crown C's like what's happening? What are you doing?
Anyway, we're gonna unban Dirge. It's like, what? Why? What? No, stop, please, please,
Yeah.
no.
Due to the strength of control decks in this format, we're banning CYB. Top 8 all Rune Blades and Starvo. CYB is a little too strong. There's These control decks are ruining everybody's day.
Top 8 is Chain, Starvo, Starvo, and they're like, we can't let new top 16. This is
we can't
bullshit.
we can't do it. Ban Winter's Whale.
Not again.
We can't it's not fun for our Runeblade players, which is 90% of the LL player base. So
All 33 people at the Battle
yeah,
Hard.
all 33 people at the Valhart and yeah,
Okay.
I think that's what I think about Fearless. I think after having played, so I could be biased because I play Gravy, but I think um I think having experienced Fearless on the other side when I play Gravy Mirrors, I think it's okay.
It gets most annoying on like the 4 health allies would be the thing. Like if they hit it on like a Scoob, like you're trying to hammer a Scoob to get off the board, and they get like an extra prismatic in
Yeah,
the deck. That's like
yeah,
when it's
yeah.
like,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that sounds that's probably the best case for Fearless, right? That's when it's the high roll. Mhm. So
yeah.
I,
That
I
sounds
I guess
crazy.
so. It's like it's like they printed another power card in Gravy with much more restrictive conditions. So it has the ceiling of, like an 0 for 6 or an 0 for 7. Like a
Mhm.
save. It has a ceiling of a saver, a codex, whatever. Not codex, but the typical level of power cards we have. But it has to be in very specific conditions. So that brings its average value to, a lot lower. So somewhere between 3 and 6.
We got one more question, Sam. Read this one out.
God.
I don't see a third question. I don't want to talk
Oh,
Scaredy cat.
So anyway, if you enjoyed this episode of Breakpoints,
Now you gotta say it. Now you gotta say it.
I was
I'm
like,
curious
dude,
too. What?
yeah, dude, you're leaving Justin hanging. Come on, read it.
thank you,
What?
thank you for
It's-
joining us today, Justin. That'll be all.
No, you
Now I'm
gotta read
curious.
this one.
What
And
is
now,
this?
make sure you guys visit in the description below Breakpoints Codex journals and for Blazing. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right.
the question is-
All right, I'm gonna read it. If Sam's not going to, I'm gonna read it.
They got me. They got me. They got me.
So Justin, Sal the Gamer Crawford asks, "Why would you stoop so low as to be on the Breakpoints podcast?"
I don't know about Stupid So Low. This has been amazing. Everybody here has been an amazing vibe. There's been so much. I guess I knew this information before, but it just made me realize how much more I have in common with Zach. It's been so fun. Yeah,
I love
this
that.
has been amazing. I would love to be on here again. It's super
Of
fun.
course. Of course.
And yeah, I don't know about Stupid. I don't know about Stupid Low. You guys have 17 episodes. I'm from a 3-episode podcast. You know.
Oh, don't forget, give out your podcast a shout out so people. How can they find you, Justin? Tell us
Oh, yeah.
where. You have a Metafy. I heard that's pretty good too. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so follow me on X. I am at JustinKoo22. Um, I have a YouTube channel that I run with the homies called the homies TCG. We're trying to do something like this where we do a bunch of podcasts, but it's like this, but with more people and more chaotic and less consistent.
And
Uh,
let's
ho-
consist-
hopefully we can fix some parts of that. So we have 3 podcasts so far, so go check those out. I'm on them all. If you want to hear my thoughts on stuff, we're talking about ProQuest, we're talking about Living Legend. Um, and lastly, I wrote a Metafy with Jacob Clements. We wrote a gravy guide. It's on Metafy right now, and we have over 320, 330 students, which makes it the best-selling guide on Metafy, best-selling fab guide on Metafy. And we have a 9.9 rating
That's
over
awesome.
like 20, 30 plus ratings, and it's
Wow.
That's
been so
awesome,
amazing.
dude.
I did not think this guide would go so hard. You can check out the Metafy page for reviews, testimonials. You can check out my Twitter. I've shared some things that our students had to say over Discord. There's a lot of people who found it very helpful and they want their ProQuest with it, stuff like that. Um, yeah.
Also, go
Awesome.
look up his name and see how he keeps winning on Gravy Bones and be like, maybe this guy knows what he's talking about. It's insane.
Yeah, maybe you
Thank
two
you.
can lose a calling finals.
Oh,
Hey, you guys are the same.
same. What the heck? We are the same. Justin, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me. This was super fun.
Thank you. Anyway, we will see you guys back next week with a random guest that we will decide last second, probably.
Classic
So-
Taylor. Classic Taylor.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.